Today I'm going to teach you how you can create this cinematic color grade using auto and S-Log footage inside of Premiere Pro using Dehancer. Let's go. Alright guys, so now that we're inside of Premiere Pro, I have some footage shot on auto and some S-Log 3 footage. I'm honestly so glad that we can color grade cinematic looks inside of Premiere all digitally, because I'm so sick and tired of everybody telling me,
I gotta shoot on manual. Oh, you have to adjust your ISO. Oh, you have to get a Sony FX3.
dude, I don't have the time for that. Most other people don't have the time for it either. The tool that we're gonna be using today is Dehancer Pro. Go to their website, dehancer.com. Yes, it's a paid product, but I'm literally about to explain to you right now why it's 100% worth it. And no, this is not an ad. No, I'm not sponsored by them, but basically it's $449. And I know you're gonna click off. Let me just go over real quick how much it actually costs to produce real film on a real film camera. So these are filmed photos, by the way. And like being real, if you wanna print like 3 rolls of film, you're expecting to pay like $60 total for just 3 rolls. Like that, and that's photos, by the way. If you want to get into video, even for 10 minutes of actual film video shot on like Fujifilm, Superia, that's like $800 for 10 to 20 minutes of video. And by the way, did I forget to mention like the actual cost of the camera itself? So like these are the Fujifilm cameras that you can of course go ahead and buy. 500 to 2K, this is a digital one, but still you're expecting to pay around 2 to 3 bands per year by just doing video with the original film. So you can do that, or you can buy Dehancer for like literally a quarter of that price, one time only, and then you have instant film looks for any footage that you shoot on digital. But I'm gonna teach you how to color grade with Dehancer right now. So I have my footage right here. I'm gonna start with this clip that I shot in auto rec.709. First, I'm gonna go to my effects and search for Dehancer, drag Dehancer to our video clip, and now things kind of look ugly. Don't worry, we're gonna fix things. So first up, we want to make sure is your input level is set correct. The source has to match the exact format that you shot the video on. For us, we shot this on Rec 709, so this is correct. But for other shots, we might have to change this. So now let's go ahead and click the drop down on film. Now this is pretty much the make or break it of your look. Now, if you click on the profile, they have a crap ton of profiles right here of different film looks. You can just click and choose, and you'll see there's just so many different looks. Which one am I gonna choose? After using this for like around 2 years by now, I've pretty much summed up my go-tos. Number 1 is agfa color 100, and make sure it's checked enable. Push/pull you can set to like -2. Now I'm gonna go over here to my film developer. Now make sure this is also enabled. This is very important as well. Now this is your contrast and color boost. I usually like to turn up the contrast a bit, so like to around 30, and then boost the color a lot. Now film compression I usually skip, honestly. It doesn't really make a difference for me. Next is print. I will go over here, make sure this is enabled, of course. And now the profile right here, this is another important tip. I change it from linear to Fujifilm 3513 print film. And now last but not least are the fun parts, the fun effects. We got our film grain, our halation, and our bloom. Film grain right here, I usually like to keep it pretty low. I mean, the lower millimeter you go, the more grain that you're gonna have, and the higher millimeter you go, the less grain you're gonna have. I usually like to keep it around the middle, so 35 millimeter is okay. Next up is the most glazed effect of 2023, 2024 is halation. Bro, it's honestly so overplayed right now, but it does work in certain scenarios. It's just right now everybody's doing it for like every scenario. It makes your footage look like this. And that is not halation. That is ugly. So I click enabled, and we got all that halation everywhere. Some people might like that. If you like that, sure, I'm not gonna judge. But I do like to keep it very, very, very low. So I'm gonna click profile and set it to 65 to 70 millimeter, just standard. And that way we're gonna have some halation on certain edges, but really not too much. So it's very, very minimal. Gets the job done though. Next up is bloom, which I do like to have a lot of bloom, being honest. I'm gonna make sure I enable this. Once again, the lower millimeter range you have, the more bloom there is. So I go to like 8 millimeters sometimes, because there's just so much bloom and it just makes it really, really beautiful and misty. So that is the one effect I will splurge on. The cool thing about this is that you can of course save it as a preset or copy it, and I can just paste it to other clips and basically just adjust stuff like exposure or turn up the bloom and stuff like that. It even works on concert footage. I can just go ahead and copy and paste that. And for concerts, I definitely recommend messing around with the film profiles. So I usually like to do CineStill 800T as my second go-to option to agfa color. Last but not least, how do we use it for S-Log footage? footage. Once again, drag Dehancer Pro to the footage. Now, first up, we're going to go to our input, and instead of Rec 709 on our source, we're going to hit choose camera. Now, this is very important. Make sure you remember or like just know whatever camera settings you're shooting on. I shoot on Sony a7 III, so all I do is click camera, and I'm just going to scroll down. You see they have all these profiles. They have Canon, Blackmagic, DJI, Panasonic, Red, and of course Sony right here. So I shot this on Sony a7 III S-Log, which is right here. Boom. And now it's applied and looks like nothing has changed. But don't worry, we're gonna get right into that. So now I'm gonna go ahead, click on my film once again and film developer and enable that. Let's first turn up the contrast a bunch, and I'm going to set this, of course, to my favorite, which is Agfa color 100. Turn down the exposure a bit, turn up the temperature to make it a little bit warmer. And last but not least, boost the color like a bunch. And even if you wanted to get that like Wes Anderson look, you can just turn down the contrast as well, and you get this really, really soft tone like film look. Super Wes Anderson for sure. But with that, that's pretty much how you use Dehancer to get absolutely insane cinematic film looks on your footage. I honestly really love this plugin. It's honestly probably one of my favorite plugins by far for Premiere Pro. And better yet, they even have a mobile app so you can apply these looks to your like photos on iPhone. So just another perk of getting Dehancer. I've linked below to an affiliate link in the description. And if you end up getting it, I've also linked 2 free presets for Dehancer so that you can use it and then just apply these same looks that I literally made in this video. So you don't even have to do the work. We also have a LUT color grade preset pack in the works right now for Premiere Pro. So if you want to check that out, pre-order it and sign up for the waiting list, or if it's like a year since this video has been posted, probably already out. So that's also linked below in the description if you want to check it out, and our store for any other video editing presets, transitions, or title card templates that you might need. If you like this tutorial and want to learn how to add cinematic title cards to your videos, you can check out this video right here. See y'all in the next one. Peace.